الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على المبعوث رحمة للعالمين وعلى آله وصحبه وأزواجه أجمعين أما بعد. Soon after the start of the Iranian Ja'fari Shia revolution in Iran, I was here in America. Early on, we started hearing the slogans of the Islamic revolution in Iran. Mard, Mard, America, death, death to America. Mard, Mard, Israel, death, death to Israel. Khomeini, Rahbar. Khomeini is the leader. Here we are, 43 years after. America is not dead. Israel is not dead. Khomeini is dead. 43 years, 44 years, the slogan did not change, but nothing happened to the Americans or to the Israelis. I'm not talking about little fights here and there. It happens all the time between even countries that are neighboring each other, have the same culture, same history, almost shared history, religion. They do fight over dominance. These are little fights here and there. Iran never fought America in any war, period. Iran never fought Israel in any war. They started with the slogans that were intended for the weak-minded, commoner, so-called Sunnis, because they are disgusted, not satisfied with the situation of their people, their leaders, of course, as usual. So here comes a fresh revolution promoting a religion they don't know about. They don't know much about the Shia Ja'fari religion. Khomeini called it religion, the deen of a Shia, deen of Shia, the religion of the Shia. And he said it was started by a Jew. That's in one of his books. I translated it. No war, just slogans directed at the people who the Iranian revolution from the beginning was targeting. The small-minded, naive people who think they are Sunni, but they just hear the slogans, and for 4 decades plus, nothing happened. America is not dead. Israel is not dead. Khomeini is dead. We have Khamenei, and he's very old. Khomeini died. Khamenei is in a very bad health, as we hear, and America and Israel didn't die. In fact, America and Israel are much stronger than when the Shia started their slogans. Iran is also stronger, but they're way behind in technology. Sorry. Their economy is in real bad shape, but they keep saying Israel, America, Al-Quds. They used to say that the way to paradise is through Al-Quds. I think it changed the GPS. Maybe Al-Quds, they're not talking about Al-Quds in Palestine because nothing happened to Al-Quds. Many of those naive so-called Sunnis kept talking about the Arabs and the Sunnis. They're not fighting, you know. And they were listening to the slogans of the Ja'fari Shias, disregarding the fact that those Ja'faris started by oppressing the Sunni Iranian Muslims. They were the first victim for the Shia revolution in Iran. Our Iranian Sunni Muslim brothers and sisters. And of course, the Arabs and the Turkmen, all the Sunnis, all kinds of Sunnis there. People used to tell us it's a half-half. It's not. The Shia are a majority, but there is a significant minority of Sunnis. Iranian, Arab, Turk, Blush. So nothing happened to America or to Israel. They're still there. Last time I visited Al-Quds with my family to visit relatives in the West Bank, and of course to visit Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa, which is not the Dome of the Rock. The masjid is not the Dome of the Rock. We went there. The Jews are still there. The Jews are still there. I saw herds of young Jews with this hair and that hat. I don't know where they got it from, the hat. It looks very European. And sometimes, many times, the coat they're wearing, the black. Religious Jews. I mean, this is Al-Quds. Religious Jews and their girlfriends, friends, were wearing very, very short dresses. This is the Jewish religion. They're very, very religious. We saw them. They're still there. Nothing happened. The Palestinians in Gaza and the West Bank started suffering the most brutal, inhumane occupation in our time, the Jewish invaders, soon after 1967, until today. Today the situation is worse for the people of Gaza and the people of the West Bank, the Palestinians. Muslims and Christians too. Even the Christians, the Palestinians, they support the Palestinian people. They don't support the Jews. Gaza, have you heard? A year and a little more, close to 50,000 men, women and children, 2/3 of them women and children, more than 1/3 of them children, were brutally murdered by the Jews using American weapons. So the America and the West and the UK are the ones, and Germany, let's say the Germany too, their weapons are the weapons that are killing our people in Palestine. The Jews, they're a very little country, really. I heard somebody say that Israel is a little business transaction or establishment that the West established in Palestine. They're using American, European weapons, French, German, Danish. I don't know. I don't know what we did to these people. They all give the Jews the most deadly weapons. And they've been killing the people of Gaza very extensively. It's not the first time. They did it before. They did before many times. Something happened, then the Jews come and devastate Gaza, then calls for rebuild Gaza. Gaza is a little bit rebuilt, then they do it again. This time is more killing, more destruction, much more, but what they did before was very extensive too. It's not the first time. So a year and a little more than a year, 50,000. The West Bank has been continuously feeling the pressure by a kind of people who look like human beings. They talk, they walk, the settlers. And the worst among the settlers are the American settlers coming from Brooklyn. They believe the West Bank is theirs, that God gave it to them, to Abraham alayhi salam, and to his seed, and they claim that they are his seed. Jesus alayhi salam, Isa, said to the same kind of people we are facing today, I'm from the West Bank, the city of Jenin, the town of Qabatiyah. Dozens of my family, Abualrub, were killed in the last year, dozens of them. And I can't really feel the same way as those courageous people in Gaza. Some of them lost 100 of their close family. So the settlers believe that they are the seed of Ibrahim, Isa alayhi salam, Jesus, and he was facing the same kind of people we are facing today. He said, I know you are Abraham's seed, but you seek to kill me, a man that has told you the truth. And he called them that they are vipers, snakes, children of the devil. They are the children of the devil in so many ways. I didn't test their DNA, and if they tested their DNA, they will find that so many of them have nothing to do with the children of Israel to begin with. They just claim that, we're Jewish. You're not Israeli, most of you. Anyway, they kept coming and coming, shooting, taking over homes, farms, cutting down trees. After what happened last year by Hamas, the latest conflict started by Hamas, they did a lot more under the cover of the war in Gaza. Even people who have no humanity in them in the West, even in America, were saying the settlers have to stop their unchecked, uncontrolled violence. Really? Why? You've been given weapons to the settlers too. I mean, you think the Jews invented anything of Israel? Yeah, they invented theft of the technology from the West, and but the money, the weapons, and the people all came from outside of Palestine. Those who know me, my name is Jalal Abualrub, JalalAbualrub. My website is islamlife.com, islamlife.com. My email address, islamlife@gmail.com. YouTube channel, Islamlife2. Facebook page, Islamlife2. Allah blessed me and my family to produce 70 books so far, all in English, all about Islam, explaining and or defending Islam. Thousands of articles. I have spoken before at length about my what should I say? About my disagreements with Hamas, their ideology, the group itself, the leadership, before people discovered the word Hamas. I guarantee you. We can talk about it later. I don't agree with their ideology, with their practices, and I definitely don't agree with what they did October 7th last year, 2023. It's clear to you who are, you did this. They did not prepare the people of Gaza. Of course, the West Bank is not under their control, Hamas. They did not prepare the people of Gaza at all for this war, knowing the Jews are going to do exactly the same and more this time than what they did before. They didn't give them any chance to prepare by saving some food, money, some water, medicine, shelters, underground shelters. Instead of leaving the fighters just in underground with some of their families, what about the people? 2.5 million Palestinians in an area 5 miles by 25 miles. So the Jews did what they did before. This time they thought, this is our opportunity. Let's do as much damage to Gaza as we can. Hamas, and this is one of the reasons I always objected to them, since before many people, whether Muslim, Arab, or Westerners, heard the word Hamas, what it means. Also, I object to their ideology. Among the biggest thing that I disagreed with is their connection to Iran, the Ja'fari Shia of Iran. Yeah, the same ones who say the Quran was changed. This is their religion. Khomeini said it, that the companions of Muhammad, all of them become kuffar. Khomeini said Abu Bakr and Umar did it. They changed the Quran and they were ignorant in the Quran. Khomeini, don't smile when you say his name, says Abu Bakr and Umar were ignorant in the Quran. Like he's the one who has knowledge. Aisha committed zina. You put your hands together. Let's fight our common enemy, the Jews. But Iran never fought the Jews. They are the one who instigated Hamas several times before. When there is no movement with regards to the dream of some kind of peace and opening the borders, the Jews are not going to do that. The people of Gaza are suffering. So Hamas, the leadership, they shoot something, those missiles, and those missiles have a certain technology that you have to pay attention. You shoot them there, they go there. They kill 100 missiles, killed like 10 Jews. The Jews come and kill 1,000 Palestinians. And Iran never fought Israel. Remember, or America. So they are the instigators. You see, many people are not paying attention. Just before October 7th, some more Arab countries were in line to make peace with the Jews. Some of those countries did make peace. Even though I said it before, I say it now. How can you have peace with a country that you never fought? You were not at war with the Jews. So how can you have peace? Well, the leaders, they have the authority to make peace, not the commoners. So they did peace. Some more countries were coming, and the Iranians were telling Hamas, we have to start something, otherwise everybody will have peace with the Jews and then you're gone. So Hamas did it to make sure that they are gone, really. Hamas. They started this, no preparation. You accepted the assurances of the enemies of Islam, your enemies, the Ja'fari Shia of Iran and Lebanon, so-called Hezbollah. Many of them came from Iran anyway. You can notice on their facial features, they're not Arab. It doesn't make any difference. A Muslim Sunni from Iran is worth the entire world filled with Arab who are Shia. Did you get it? This is how much we love our Muslim brothers and sisters in Iran. They are us and we are them. So Hezbollah didn't fight Iran, Israel never fought Israel. Iran never fought Israel. Then they started this with the assurances from Iran and Hezbollah. We're behind you. We support you. We're behind you. It's a different way of being behind you. See, you're standing facing the Jews, and the Iranians are facing the other way around so that they can run away. And Hezbollah. Ismail Haniya goes to Hezbollah, Ja'fari, Shia, Kuffar in Iran and Syria and Lebanon. So he goes to Lebanon to commemorate the death of Qasim Soleimani, who killed so many Muslims in Iraq and Syria. You put your hands with the enemies of Islam, what's the promise? We're behind you. They didn't help you before. They never fought Israel. Yeah, people. What's wrong with you? They never fought Israel. They never did that. They never fought Israel. Now they're going to fight Israel for what? For you? For your brown, nice eyes and for the nice beard. I try my best. It doesn't. Okay, the hair. But I showed that guy who was killed later. Very nice hair, very nice beard, very nice clothes. And, we started the attack that is going to reach Al-Quds and Tel Aviv. So he took promises from the Shia, which is as good as taking a promise from the devil. What's the difference? So the Arabs, the Muslims, many of them, a majority of them were leaning towards let's make peace with the Jews. So they wanted, we Palestinians, I knew since I was very young, like my people, the Palestinians, the Arabs don't want to fight for us. We knew that from before. Nothing happened. They just wanted to make it formal and have embassies all over, while the Jews continue killing the Muslims in Gaza and settling in the West Bank. You see, one of those peace deals that the Jews should stop the settlements. Really? 2 to 3 weeks after the deal was signed, they started new settlements in the West Bank. Two different situations, you have to understand. Gaza, the fanatical Jews are not that interested in Gaza, especially when you have 2.5 million courageous people, people of courage, people of religion, people who have hundreds and hundreds of those who memorize the Quran. I'm talking about the people. I'm not talking about the leadership. You understand? Courageous people. I've known so many people from Gaza, beautiful people. They love the religion and they have suffered so much. See, the people of Gaza. So the people of Gaza have suffered under the Jews and they're used to it. Now, they give assurances to Hezbollah to Hamas, Hezbollah on behalf of Iran to Hamas. And they start all this. And the people of Gaza are really courageous people, Look what they suffered. So the situation in Gaza is that the fanatical Jews do not consider Gaza as a part of historical Israel. The West Bank is. That's why you see different kind of aggression. In Gaza, kill, and Trump was telling Netanyahu, congratulations for a job well done. Finish the job. And by the way, for those who voted for Trump, you vote for Trump? Why didn't you vote for the devil and just finish? The UN ambassador or the American ambassador to the UN, she has videos all over. Israel, we have to give Israel everything, weapon, money, everything, Israel. And the ambassador, American ambassador, to Israel, Huckabee. He's a Huckabee. Huckabee is a stinking, fanatical Christians that so many other Christians hate. Decent Christians, they hate these people. So he goes to the Jews and says, there is no Palestine. There are no Palestinians. That's exactly what he said. There are no Palestinians. There is no Gaza. There is no West Bank. The Jews are not invaders. You can't invade your own country. And then after Trump won the re-election somehow, he had, those head covers, the caps, what they call them, I don't know, MAGA, Make America something again. He had another one for you who voted for Trump, MEGA, Make Israel Great Again. And he said, we're going to work on it. It's going to happen. See? So this kind of people that Trump appointed, and he was congratulating Netanyahu for a job well done. That's the killing part. For the settlers, many among the administration of Trump are saying, let's just go and take it all. They think this is their chance. So let's go back to the topic. So the Jews want the West Bank. If they can get rid of Gaza, they're not going to be sad about it. But now they're saying this resettle Gaza, since a half of the population now doesn't have homes. They can't go underground because Hamas did not do enough undergrounding for them. And what else? So the killing started massively. And then what did Iran do? Started a war against Israel? Are you saying that? Who said it? No one said it. It didn't happen. Did Hezbollah start a war against Israel? Yeah, they shot missiles. 100 missiles to injure one Arab who lives in North Palestine. That they call it the 1948 Palestine, Israel. Did they fight? You see, the people of Gaza don't have weapons because the leadership there, like the tyrants, they don't want to give weapons to the people because they don't want people to wake up one day and say, let's start with you. You're tyrants, you devastated us. No weapons, no money, no food, no water, no medicine, no. And what happened to the people of Gaza? May Allah help you, people of Gaza. Allah, we love you. Anyone who has a shred of Salafiyya in them, following the way of a Salaf Salih, would love the people of Gaza. The leadership there started after selling out to the Shia. So my name is Jalal Abualrub, just in case you forget my name. And as you see, I'm not intimidated. Cry as much as you like. They tied their fate, the leadership of Hamas, to Iran. So many Hamas fighters, they don't do this stuff, but the leadership is cunning, it's like snakes. They had all kinds of dealings, made all the Sunni countries angry with them, and turned towards Qom and Hassan Nasrallah. So they shot, those missiles and drones. The Jews have hundreds of thousands of soldiers attacking Gaza day and night. And then the West Bank, they killed so many people. My family, Abualrub, only in the past few months, we lost 22 from my family, Abualrub. One of them 9-year-old, they shot them. So the Jews were massively killing, and you're shooting a few missiles here and there. No, we needed you to come and liberate Palestine. You said that before. The way to go to uh, to go to Jannah, to paradise, is through Al-Quds. Al-Quds brigades. Al-Quds brigades. What happened to them? How come now Hamas started the latest conflict? They didn't start the war. The war started before any of the Hamas leaders was born. But where is Iran? Where is Iran? Yeah, when the Jews who've been attacking the Shia in Syria, the Iranian Shia, for years, hundreds and hundreds of attacks, they attacked a group of Shia Iranian officers who were killing Muslims in Syria. Iran got angry. They've been killing people of Gaza. You promised them. You little devils. You promised them, we'll help you, support you, we'll do this. In Iran, death to America, death to Israel, nothing happened. But when they killed some of their officers, they shot hundreds of missiles to where? Israel. I don't know if even these missiles actually went all the way, because the Iranian technology is like 575 years behind the West. But not for the killing of the people of Gaza. Remember that. But for the killing of their people. What about the people who've been slaughtered in Gaza? You're the ones who instigated all these things in the past few years. Telling Hamas, do. Then you don't do nothing, as they say in New York. You don't do anything, as they should say. And then another war, then another one. But who's doing the wars? Hamas. And who is suffering the wars? People of Gaza. 50,000. Where is Iran? They got angry then. Hassan Nasrallah, the stooge of Khomeini, he studied with Khomeini. He studied in Qom. Such a fanatical enemy of Islam, enemy of the companions, enemy of Aisha. Hezbollah. They sent thousands, we are told like 30,000 Ja'fari, Lebanese fighters from Hezbollah went into Syria to kill thousands and thousands of Muslims of Syria. Kick them out of their... Exactly what the Jews were always doing. They kicked those Muslims, the Sunnis, from their homes, from their farms. They killed them. 30,000, 20,000, still a lot. This is a lot. You couldn't send 200 fighters inside the north of Palestine to relieve the pressure on the people of Gaza. 99.9% of them don't have any weapons. You see, you're the instigator. You're the ones who gave the missiles to Hamas. You couldn't send 200 fighters. Of course they couldn't, because it's not their war. Never was. It's a slogan. Yeah, people who claim to be Sunnis. What's wrong with you? 43 years, nothing happened. When is Iran going to move finally against the Jews? They know they won't do that because their country will be devastated. They can't fight the Jews because the Jews are not alone. They have the West and American navies all around Iran. And then the mullahs of Iran, they believe in their mullahship being those gangs. They're like a mafia. Every big mullah has his own militia and money and all kinds of stuff. They're not going to lose it for you Palestinians. Are you joking? So they didn't do anything. Iran did not start a war at all. After Hassan Nasrallah was killed by the Jews, because the Jews this time, before they tolerated leaving the leadership, when they fought against Hezbollah. Hezbollah fought against the Jews for dominance over South Lebanon. They did not fight for Palestine. Tens of years they never crossed into Palestine. Gaza has been slaughtered, they never sent a soldier even inside Palestine to relieve the pressure, but they sent 20 to 30,000 soldiers to kill the Muslims in Syria. Now what happened? So they kept telling us, those Shia, those Arabs, those Muslims, those people, they don't want to fight, the Sunnis, Palestine, we have Al-Quds brigades. I said it right now. Brigades. Eh? They were fighting Muslims in Syria, Al-Quds brigades. They didn't fight the Jews. I haven't seen any report about any fighters from Al-Quds brigade, the Iranian Shia, or the Hezbollah, who infiltrated inside Palestine and fought the Jewish soldiers. None. So what happened? Iran never been into the fight against the Jews. I mean a war. And Hezbollah just said to the Palestinians, Hezbollah is giving you مع السلامة إلى اللقاء مع السلامة. They signed a peace deal with the Jews and left the people of Gaza alone. The leadership of Hamas was dissipated. The fighters in Hamas, I can't blame them. I don't think they know the extent of what the leadership did and the extent of the relationship they had with the Shia. They've been killed. Since before they were born, their people have been killed. And they're thinking that we're gonna protect our families and things like that, And most people don't have weapons anyway. People of Gaza. The man who lost 100 plus members of his family. See, Abualrub, the West Bank, is much larger than Gaza, with 3.5 million people. Abualrub are all over. Gaza is a little place. So they would live in the same area, very small place. They don't have life. They don't have a life because of these damn Jews and damn Westerners who've been supporting them. They're criminals, they're animals. So they would know maybe everyone among the 100 person who died from his family. And he's calm. Alhamdulillah, he says. I've seen, alhamdulillah, so many faces and said by so many people in Gaza. The women there, did you notice? They're not taking off their hijab. They're not angry. I say, alhamdulillah. And now Iran said, مع السلامة. Hezbollah said, goodbye. Everyone is for himself. You're always just for yourself and nobody else was for you, but here we're just making it official. They signed. What about the people of Gaza? Hezbollah, all these weak-minded Sunnis fascinated by the Shia, what's going to happen now to the people of Gaza? What about Al-Quds? What about the West Bank? They've been devastated because the settlers there started walking into Gaza, into the West Bank, 1967. They want it. They don't believe you should be there and that you're out, you don't exist. And we'll take your land because God gave it to us, gave it to Abraham, and we are his seed. We're not about talking about the seeds that you eat. No. They think they're the seed of Ibrahim. Well, if Ibrahim was alive today, he will not accept you in any way or form. First of all, you can prove that you are Israelites in the blood. So many people, we have no idea who they came from, where they came from, and who are they really. No DNA testing. They did that. They hid it. So the West Bank has been devastated. I've seen people who, one man, wallah, it's amazing. His two sons, one just finished as a doctor and he wanted to help the people been devastated in the hospitals, and his brother, 20 to 30-year-old, they were shot by the Jews. You bring up your family, your children, waiting for them to become adults and have children. They both were shot at the same time by the Jews. They didn't have weapons. They're not Hamas even. You know what the man was saying? Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Oh, Palestinians, unite. Let's seek Allah's help. He said many, many good words. Can you imagine that, brothers and sisters? And now, we knew from before the Arabs don't want to fight for us. We knew that we are the last line of defense before the Jews take over Al-Aqsa. We are. The Palestinians, especially the West Bank. That's why they've been devastated there for longer than Gaza. And devastated Gaza for larger proportions and destruction and killing than the West Bank. We are the final line of defense before the Jews go into Al-Aqsa. We knew from before that the Arabs will not fight for us. They're not going to fight with us. Who's going to fight? Who's going to fight? La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. So I wanted to make this 40 minutes. I think you'll be able to listen to the whole thing. Allah will help us. Allah will help us. The leadership of Hamas, what have you done to my people? What have you done? What have you done? Now what? Gaza, now what? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? You see Iran, how big Iran is. See how small Palestine is. Israel. This little thing, that big thing couldn't fight them directly because they know the consequences. And now the Gaza people, wallah, I wish I was in Gaza. I'm not gonna shoot at anything because Hamas leadership didn't give the people any weapons. I'm not gonna find weapons or food or water. Just to comfort the people. Or among my people, my town, I never lived there, exiled, lived until I finished high school in Kuwait and then in 20 other countries. I wish I was there in the West Bank to help the people. Also, they don't have weapons in the West Bank. I will never, never, never take anything from the Shia. Not weapons, not money, not food, because they are my enemy. The enemies of the Quran, the enemies of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the enemies of the wives of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the enemies of the companions of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And look now what's going to happen to the people of Gaza and the West Bank. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help them and aid them, give them support. And you Muslims everywhere, the least you can do is feel sympathy in your heart, understand what's going on. Don't listen to these fools who say, they made peace deals with the Jews, now Palestinians, you shouldn't fight. Really? In the West Bank, they're coming to kill you and take your family. Take your house, your farm, your trees, and kill your family. And you're just gonna stand there because somebody else made a peace deal? Then you don't understand what the situation is all about in Gaza and the West Bank. You don't understand. They want the land. They don't want peace. They could make peace with other countries. They want the land. They say this is our land. You don't belong here. Allah al-Musta'an. I don't know what's going to happen for the people of Gaza or the West Bank. The least you can do, O Muslims, make dua, invoke Allah for them, and try to help as much as you can. Don't forget other Muslims in other areas of the world. Muslim blood is the same everywhere. Same honor, same respect. The difference is that the Palestinians, especially the West Bank, are the last line of defense around Al-Aqsa. Don't forget that. And that the Jews, no peace treaty will make them stop taking that land, because they believe it's theirs and they have the weapons and the support, and they don't care who likes it or who doesn't like it. La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah. I mentioned the war in Gaza in the book that I'm editing, final editing now, inshallah. Holy Wars, Crusades, Jihad, the 3rd edition. This one 300 pages, 6 by 9. The other one will be 400 pages, inshallah, 7 by 10. I'll update you about it, inshallah. IslamLife.com, our website. We take Zakat al-Mal if you want to help with the book. I put a lot of information about Palestine in there, and the Muslims of China, and the Muslims of Burma, and the Muslims of Kashmir, all other areas, as much as you could. I can't do too much here, 400 pages, but I mentioned also the war in Gaza. Why don't you help us donate so we can continue this work? We only fear Allah. We only fear Allah. And Allah will help us. إن تنصروا الله ينصركم ويثبت أقدامكم. If you give aid and victory to Allah's religion, Allah will give you aid and victory, will make your feet firm.